Hey everyone, Chloe here, and welcome back to my channel. And for the thousands of you who are new here, welcome. So, in today's video, I wanted to discuss fake submitting and fake respect, and I also wanted to start a conversation on the correlation between submitting and submission and a woman paying bills. Is it possible for a woman to submit while paying 50-50 or paying all or most of the bills? And is it possible for a man, for a husband, to feel respected when his come up and his visibility and his success is attached to the coattails of his woman's success? So let's get started with defining a fake submitting and fake respect. A fake submitting and fake respect is essentially when a woman allows her man to quote unquote lead her while at the same time using her finances and her resources for his own come up. And it's more common than you think. And it is very common in Black culture and the Black community, where role reversal is often the standard in relationships with Black men who are, for the most part, 50-50 driven men. Black men tend to be the strongest and the most argumentative advocates for splitting bills down the middle and needing help to pay for life, because that tends to be their worldview and the lens through which they've seen their mothers do it all. And because of this, Black women are often the breadwinners in their relationships, and Black women are often generationally conditioned and groomed to be fair to men at the expense of themselves, or to date and marry men who are beneath their stature, or to date and marry felons, or men who have extensive rap sheets, or men who aren't gainfully employed, or men who perpetuate the Peter Pan syndrome, or the hobo, a couch surfing house husband who is addicted to playing NBA 2K. And Black women are prone to date and marry men who have a built-in expectation to view their women as surrogate mothers. And a lot of women are able to normalize this role reversal for several reasons. The main reason being marriage and kids and a family to call their own. And others are the fear of being alone, or some women believe that they can rescue men, or some women want a warm bed, or some women are simply repeating a broken narrative and perpetuating a generational curse, or some women want to quote unquote build a man into something that he isn't, or some women date or marry weaker men so that they can control them to avoid being abandoned. And some women are simply conditioned to treat men as if they are the prize. And I need to say that a lot of women also tend to confuse and conflate a man's machismo and his arrogance and his entitlement and men who act tough with masculinity and confidence and getting the job of providing and protecting done. And those two lanes are as far apart and are as wide as the Red Sea. And women can play this fairy tale game of fake submission and fake respect for quite some time until the game isn't fun anymore and being digmatized wears off. And when the bedroom cools off, and it will, and a woman has to get up to make those donuts, or she has to get to a job that she hates, or she's tired of being a jack of all trades, a Jane of all trades, right? Cooking, cleaning the kids, paying bills, looking good, and satisfying her man in the bedroom, or she's exhausted from commuting, or she wants to be at home with her kids, a stay at home mom, or her ego gets triggered and irritated and annoyed when she sees other women who are being fully provided for by their men. Because I will always say this on my channel, even though women don't like to hear it, women are competitive and comparative by nature, especially when it comes to the arena of men. And a lot of women who love to lead with their accomplishments and their college degrees, and who love screaming to the mountaintops about being independent and having their own money, are usually the first women in line and the saltiest women to hate the strongest on hypergamous women, on feminine women, because a hypergamous woman, a feminine woman, is getting her needs met by a man who is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and that is providing. While the independent woman is usually either manless and masculine, or she's feeling used and played by her 50-50 dusty. But at some point in a hypogamous relationship, a woman's hypergamous nature, her hypergamous wiring will kick in, and a man's desire for real admiration and real respect for what he has earned, as opposed to what has been made easy for him or given to him or handed to him, will kick in as well. So this erosion On role reversal happens for both men and women. Women tend to normalize role reversal the strongest when their sexual desires are being met. But what initially turns a woman on in the beginning is what usually turns into disgust towards the end, because fake submitting is the equivalent of building a relationship on a foundation of mud. Think about mud, ladies. Mud slips and slides, and mud is unpredictable. And men who are not providers are the equivalent of building a foundation on mud because they do not offer a true security or stability. A fake submitting and faking respect and allowing your man to lead and make decisions when you are the breadwinner almost always backfires, because helping a man provide not only ages you and makes you feel used and deteriorates your health, but it will also feel quite unnatural, and it will also feel unsafe. Because when a woman is helping a man, she is essentially spreading herself thin and burning her candle at both ends of the stick. And all of a sudden, all of that helping, right, quote unquote, helping and assisting, and the your money is his money mindset adds 10 to 15 years of wear and tear to your face and your body and your life. Or it leads women down a path of cheating because she no longer respects the man that she's with, or even worse, a path of deep-seated anger and rage and resentment, because as women, we know the difference between a cubic zirconia and a diamond, and a woman knows the difference between 24 karat gold and gold plated. And with men, it's no different. A woman might be able to delude herself into faking submission and faking respect, but eventually the mask of faking it until you make it will drop. A woman might be able to normalize being a workhorse and paying 50-50 and meeting a man in the middle. But for a man and his fragile ego, it's the absence, ladies, of respect and recognition and the admiration that comes from being in the shadows of his breadwinner wife will erode and chew at his fragility and his fragile masculinity. And this is where men cheat and go on the hunt to find the first feminine, often younger, more inexperienced woman whom they can flatter and impress and whom they can feel needed by. Because no matter what a confused man says about 50-50, his wiring will dictate his ultimate desire to be his own man without his woman's input, and his desire to get all of the credit and to get all of the respect. And a man is at his best and is at the top of his game when he is functioning as a true leader and a provider, and his kids respect him and value him. And at some point in the game, a man will have to accept that fake respect is doing him no favors, and that fake respect will only serve to further diminish his manhood. His manhood. Why? Because fake respect is as real as Chinese chicken, and fake respect will never translate into true power. And for the men who have selective hearing, right, who speak against being providers and protectors, or who live to degrade and humiliate women, are generally the men that no one respects. And when a man isn't respected, he is basically invisible. And men, ladies, do not like being invisible, especially within a marriage. And this is why so many trolls and internet thugs and keyboard gangsters and impotent and powerless men come to my channel spewing their bitterness and their misogyny and their self-hatred, because spreading their misery keeps them from the chewing on glass feeling of being invisible and unimportant. So that's all I have to say on this for now. If a woman chooses to help provide and pay bills and go 50-50 with her man, it is absolutely her choice. But it is often a choice that comes riddled with unfavorable consequences. And fake submission and faking respect come at a steep price. And it's usually the woman who pays the price, because women are usually the ones who have sacrificed their youth. They are cheated on and abandoned and used up and played and left high and dry. And women are usually the ones who end up giving away the best years of their life to men, while men get to walk away scot-free without having had to invest a dime. So stay tuned for more videos to come, and I will catch up with you guys in the next one.